What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we got to talk about the 2020 Toyota Supra, in particular my 2020 Toyota Supra. So I bought my car about 3 weeks ago at this point, and where is it? I'm sure some of you are wondering. I now know where the heck my car is. It is in the middle of the ocean on a boat from Austria. So it is not in the States yet, it is not here yet. I'll be taking delivery mid-September, so that's when it's going to be getting to the dealership. That's at least the schedule. The thing with the Supra, it is an interesting car to buy brand new right at the current moment. So when they first got announced and were available for sale, the launch editions were the first ones to get to the dealerships. Those ones were really hard to actually get a hold of. A lot of them were going for over MSRP when they were first getting to dealers, and I don't even know how a lot of people got them. It was just so many people wanted them, and there obviously were only 1,500 total. I think there was only maybe 6 or 7 within like a 300-mile radius of me. So it wasn't really a car I could get a hold of. I did film that red launch edition at the dealership, and I could have bought the car for MSRP, which part of me is kicking myself in the butt for not doing that, but I know at the end of the day, once mine gets here, I will be happy that I didn't. So that car would have been a little over $58,000. It was red, and the thing I didn't like about a red launch edition, it has the exact same premium interior, so just the black leather. The white and the black launch editions will get the red seats. So for me to spend about $2,000 more just to get a launch edition that literally is no different than a normal premium, that's just a waste of money. So I could have got that red one, but you know, it's more money for a car that, you know, it's just a waste of money for me. And on top of that, I really wanted white. I loved having a white Nismo 370Z, a previous car I had. So I really like having a white car, and I want another white one. So when I was at the dealership about 3 weeks ago, I put $5,000 down. That's basically my deposit holding a future car. We did not have an exact VIN number when I did that. We more of just had a stock number of what the car I would want is going to be. So we weren't 100% sure where the car was, if it was built, and which one it would be. So with that said, we now have a VIN number. I have it all on some paperwork right here. And yeah, it's in the middle of the ocean on its way here. One thing weird with these specs that you can buy right now, I'm not the biggest fan of how Toyota's doing it. Buying the brand new Supra right now, it's not like buying a Toyota Tacoma, but on the other hand, it's not like buying the C8 Corvette. So with my brother, he has a 2017 Toyota Tacoma, bought that brand new. There were 20 or 30 exact same ones that the one he bought in like a 400-mile radius. So when we went to the dealership to buy it, they had a few on the lot, exact same specs. He picked one up and took it home, very simple. With the Corvette C8, I love how they are doing it. Obviously, that is a special car, as is the Supra. Say what you want about the Supra not being as special, but they're obviously both pretty special cars in today's market. And with the Corvette, you can right now spec it brand new from factory and literally order the exact car that you want. With the Supra, you can't do that. You can't exactly order it from the factory and get that in the first batch. If I did that, it would be many months later than even when this car is coming. So I have almost a month to wait for my car. But to order it from the factory, the exact spec that I want, it's not worth it, given, you know, my car is half my job. So I wish that Toyota kind of did it like the Corvette when the launch editions got out. I wish you could have ordered your car in the spec you want and then start to build it. But what I'm finding, Toyota seems to be making 2 different specs for the Supra right now as far as mass-produced cars go. A few in between, but they're really hard to get. So the one we were trying to get was a white base model with the navigation and the driver's assistance package. That car, let me look at my list as we get to a red light. That car has a sticker price of $53,600. Now that's only $1,500 less than a fully loaded premium. So from Toyota and the dealership standpoint, a lot of people are not going to opt for that car, because for $1,500 more, you get the heads-up display, the heated seats, bigger rear brakes, the painted calipers, the wireless phone charging, and a few other things that the majority of buyers would rather have all that. For me, I wanted the base model just to save a little bit more money, and I really like the Alcantara seats. But it seems like the 2 cars they're making are fully loaded premiums, which are about $56,798. That's exactly what the cost of my car is going to be. So yes, I have a premium coming. It is a white premium, fully loaded. I don't think they've even built a single premium without the driver's assistance package. So they are either making the fully loaded premiums or the base models with that driver's assistance package. I don't know what it is with that package. Maybe it's very cheap to put in the cars and they make a lot of money on it, or maybe it's just easier to just put every single car with that package. But the 2 base models that I've seen, the black one that I saw at Cars and Coffee, it was a base model with driver's assistance, so it has parking sensors, lane keeping assist, blind spot, I believe, but it did not have navigation. And then when I was at Soho Motorsports driving theirs, it was the same spec, a base model with driver's assistance, no navigation. So that car comes to around $51,185. So those two cars, a fully loaded premium or a base model with driver's assistance, that's a pretty big price difference. So it kind of makes sense that Toyota is going to focus on those two trims just so the buyers have either the expensive one or the cheap one. They don't really want to be making the in-between cars right now, which kind of sucks for me because that's what I want. But with all that said, that's kind of what Toyota's doing as far as these specs that have been built. And when we were looking through the VIN numbers, through stock numbers of cars that have been built, there isn't a single white one in that exact spec, the base model with all the options on it. I think there was one that they did find, but it got pre-sold when it was in the middle of the ocean to a dealership in Georgia. So we just couldn't even get that one. And then when they were looking for another white one, this white premium that I'll be buying is the only white one as of right now that has been built and is not pre-sold, which now it's pre-sold to me, of course, but literally there are no white ones available at this current moment. And when I was at Soho talking with Nick, who is the owner of that shop, he was telling me that from what the dealership told him, that's like an 8-stage paint, special order paint too, so they're not making that many white ones, which of course the one I want is going to be the hardest one to get. But that's kind of the update with the Supra. It's crazy. I just wish they were a little bit different to buy. I wish you could order it from the factory the way you want, or I wish that Toyota made a bunch of different of the specs versus, I'm sure in like 3 or 4 months they'll make all the different specs, and maybe at that point you can go into the dealership and pick a few VIN numbers that have, you know, a base model with a few options or something like that. But as of now, that's how the ordering process is going for the Supras. It's kind of hard to get the exact one you want, but the good news is I am perfectly happy with getting a white premium. It's going to have the pearl white paint job, which is beautiful. The white is the color that I really wanted, and the poll on Instagram with all of our subscribers and followers on Instagram, everyone else agrees that white is the way to go. I've seen 5 red ones in my area, so getting a red one, while I think it is an amazing color on the car, there's so many of them already, so I don't think it's really going to be that unique. There's a bunch of black ones out. Haven't seen any yellow ones. I'm sure silver and gray is going to be pretty common. So white to me is the color that I want and the one that you guys want. But of course it's going to be the hardest one to get. So real quick, I'm at Best Buy looking at some new cameras today. I think I've already gone over all the pricing. And I'm kind of basing some of my information on what the dealership has told me, as well as I've seen a lot of other YouTube videos of people buying the cars, what they're hearing and what they're seeing. So a lot of the information that I have seen does lead me to that this is correct, that Toyota's pretty much only making fully loaded premiums or base models with driver's assistance right now. So to mix and match any of those options doesn't really seem too plausible to actually like pick your Supra with the exact spec, model, trim level, or whatever. So just kind of weird how they're doing it right now, but that's the quick update on my Supra. It is coming mid-September. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go into Best Buy real quick and I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Alright, back from Best Buy, checking out some new cameras. So yeah, I think that's kind of about everything to talk about as far as where my Supra is. We now know at least where it is, and we have pretty much a date. September 19th should be when it gets to the actual dealership. I can't remember if I think it was a Wednesday or something. But yeah, it is coming. We finally know all that. I did an insurance quote, got all that stuff ready to go, and at this point it's really, when it gets here, they just have to do their own inspection as a normal dealership would with any brand new car. And then once that's done, I think they have to put a few miles on the car, nothing crazy, and then I can go in, put the rest of my down payment down, and take it home. But I'd love to hear, for those of you who own the Supra and already have your car, how are you able to get it? I'd like to see what other people went through to actually get the car. I have had quite a few cars offered to me so far, but they've all been either black or gray. I don't want any of those, so it's really been hard to get a white one, as I'm finding, and mine is the only white one that was available as of right now. So it's a crazy process for sure. And also comment down below what you guys think of the whole ordering process for the Supra, because it's not like the Corvette, how you can just spec it out way back, you know, months ago to get it now, and it's not like a normal car, you can just go in and get it. It's kind of a weird waiting game, just finding what's available. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video, probably a little bit shorter one, just a quick update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for my car when it gets here. But that is it. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next video.